Hello beautifuls, welcome back to another video. I'm so excited for today because I want us to talk about how to dress for success. You'll agree with me that your dress code, builds a first impression for people, and you want that to be the most positive impression that you're building out there for yourself. Want the way you're presenting yourself to build a very positive and very impactful impression of you for other people out there who are working with you or who have the capacity to make decisions about you in the workplace. So today I want us to look at how not only to dress for the job you have right now, but how to dress for the job you want to have in the future. So let's start with some basic guidelines for dressing professionally. You really want to analyze where you work. Some companies prefer a formal dress code, but then others prefer a casual dress code. So you just have to read between the lines of where you work, understand what is required of you, and make sure you're operating within those lines. But as you are operating within those lines, whether it's like formal dress code or casual dress code, you want to make sure that you are dressing up in very good quality clothing. Yeah. Quality clothing does not have to be very expensive. However, it just has to look expensive. So look at different ways you can play around with your budget. If you can afford more high-end clothing, and go for it. You can splurge the way you want. But if you cannot afford more, expensive clothing, then you can look at different ways that you don't have to break the budget, but you can still show up in really good quality clothing. Now, regardless of whatever quality you get, make sure that your clothing is tailored to fit you very, very well. Don't be shy to alter your clothing. If you need to see a tailor to just change things up a little bit, you want to make sure that things accentuate your body very well. So understand your body type and understand the different parts of your body that you want to show off, but then also be mindful of the places that you don't want to show off too much. If you want, clothing that shows off your waist, you can be able to do that. You can also be able to balance out your body if you feel like there's certain parts of your body that you don't want to show too much of. There are ways you can tailor your body well so it doesn't draw too much attention to the areas that you don't want to show off. Okay? Now, talking about showing off, you want to be careful with colors. And you want to make sure the colors that you're wearing suit you very well. Also, you have to be mindful of colors that are so noisy that can be distracting, because the thing that you don't want to happen is for people to get distracted by the clothing that you're wearing. Instead of someone sparking a very good conversation with you that is quite productive, they are going to be focusing on the color of your clothing. Yeah, it has a little bit of an effect with how people relate with you. So you want to be mindful that you're drawing attention to the right things. So colors, be careful, play around with them, but then also just make sure that you're not going way too much with them, that people are just looking at you looking like the sun each and every day, that they forget to look at your professional work and the impact that you're making. Another thing that you also have to be mindful of is be mindful of the styles that are out there. So whether it's silks, whether it's sequins, know when to wear stuff. You can't show up Monday morning to a formal workplace wearing a full blown out sequin dress. Yeah, this is going to be so distracting, and everyone may look at you like you're lost at a party, because who wears sequins in the workplace on a Monday morning? So read the room, know when you can wear certain styles. Don't show up in a silky dress that makes you look like you're going out to party. Make sure that you're dressing for the job that you want to have. Now, a key thing which is like a cream de la cream for your outfits or for your look generally is just make sure that you're really groomed very well. One of the things that I realized about myself is when I used to be quite careless with my grooming, I used to not do my nails often. So I would end up having to hide my nails all the time because I felt so uncomfortable about them. I didn't want people to see my nails because they were chipped, the nail polish was off, and it was just awful. Now, what that did is I tried to avoid people, tried to avoid conversations, tried to avoid being engaged in things where I had to write on the board for my fingers to be moving around when I'm making a presentation. And as you can see, that was holding me back. So you want to make sure that you're grooming very well, your fingers or your nails are done, and have a routine to make sure that you get these things done often so that you don't have chipped nail polish or broken nails. You want to make sure that all the time you're looking ready, because just in case someone called you up, if you're looking good and feeling good, you're not scared to rise up to the occasion. You want to be out there because you feel like I look good, I smell good, like someone like call me, I want to do something, okay? Don't take grooming for granted. Same thing with your hair. Make sure your hair looks really good. One of the things I try to do is if I'm walking into a new week, I look at my hairstyle and make sure that it can last me for the whole week. Because I know that during the week it can get quite difficult to have to go and do your hair, do a touch up here and there, and it's just easier when you have a style that can last you the whole week so you can be able to take care of yourself much better at the end of the week. Then it also prevents you from looking dusty in the middle of the week. So I hope you can be able to also take up that. So now that we have finished up with grooming, that one thing I don't want you to ever take for granted is your shoes. Because your shoes can make or break your outfit. You just imagine you're out there, you're walking around, looking all good, very good quality clothing, your hair is done, your nails are done, and someone looks at your feet and your shoe, the sole, the sole is off, your shoe is torn. Yes, these things make you look like you're a bit careless. They look like maybe you don't care about how you look, you don't care about what impression you're building out here for people. So you want to make sure that your shoes are well taken care of. If you need to take them to a cobbler, just to get them stitched up a little bit, cleaned up. If they need a little bit of polish, make sure they get the care that they deserve because they really top up your outfit and you don't want them to misrepresent. Now, I want to give this tip for the ladies because we like to play around with different things, we like to accessorize, and that is accessorize your outfits very well. Don't shy away from a little bit of jewelry, a little bit of earrings and necklaces and watches. Just make sure that whatever you're wearing, you are wearing that something that works for you, works for your skin type, works for where you're working. You don't want to show up with like very large hopes on a Monday morning in a place where you're required to dress formally. So just make sure that you can, pick items that work for you, but they also suit the kind of work that you do. And then also look at, golden jewelry, pearls, so gold, silvers, diamonds, what works for you, what works for your skin type, what makes you pop and what makes you look a little bit dull. Learn yourself a little bit, and over time you will realize that these small things will really elevate your look. And then stay away from cheap jewelry that is going to fade out because then it's going to also make you look cheap. In the workplace, one thing that I've realized is you can really determine your value just by how you show up. So if you show up looking very good, looking very organized with your things, whatever you're wearing on your body, just looking really nice and neat and impeccable and expensive, then your value also goes up in the way that people see you, the way they speak to you, the way they approach you. Because I feel like if you've made an investment in yourself, there's no way you invest in something that is not of value. Okay? So you can up your value for making an investment in yourself, making an investment in how you represent yourself out there for people to see you. And that is what is going to up your value in the workplace and take you to the dream destination that you want to get to. Okay. So now, as I wrap up, I just want you to be mindful that all these things are not just to get you looking and feeling good out there, but they are to make sure that you are aware of the kind of impression you want to build up for people. So not just looking at yourself for like maybe I'm just a junior executive, maybe I'm working at the job that I don't like. The job that you don't like right now is a job that is going to lead you to the job that you want. So you want to make sure you're approaching it with energy and vigor. Because if people see you, just beating yourself down, you don't believe in yourself, you don't show up very well for yourself in terms of how you dress, then they'll feel like you don't care and no one is going to pick you up and feel sorry for you and take you to where you want. The people who get to where they want, they work for it, they are very intentional with how they build themselves, they build a whole personal brand around themselves to make sure that people see them, that they are capable. And sometimes our capabilities get hidden on the inside. So if you want to put yourself out there, a little bit of confidence goes a long way. If you're looking good, you feel confident, you want to speak about yourself. You want to be out there for people to hear you. I know I'm very passionate about the topic because I really want you guys to bust out of your shell and really make life happen for you. Don't wait for life to happen to you, but make life happen for you by making intentional steps around yourself just to make sure you get yourself to the next level. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was quite fun to make, but I would appreciate if you subscribe because I really want want us to build ourselves a little bit more, build this platform more, and make sure that we get more opportunities. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.